What is up, Knicks Nation? We have some breaking NBA news, okay? Giannis Antetokounmpo is potentially going to be traded. This is something that we've been talking about since the summer. We found out a few months ago that the New York Knicks was on the list of where Giannis wanted to go, and the Knicks and the Bucks had conversations in August about a trade. It fell through, and now here we are on December 3rd, and the Milwaukee Bucks are not playing particularly well, and Giannis is in the business of winning, and right now they're not winning. So there's a lot of people talking about what's going on with this, and we're going to break it all down right here on Knicks Media. Giannis expressed interest in the New York Knicks, and there's a lot of people circulating the NBA world expecting him to get traded to the Knicks. Now, this is not guaranteed. It's not 100% certain that the Knicks are going to land him, of course. But hey, man, the Knicks and the Bucks had conversations, and I know Leon Rose. Us Knicks fans, we know much. We know everything about Leon Rose to the point where if he's available, you best believe the Knicks are going to up their offer and land Giannis. Now, of course, there's a chance that maybe Giannis says he wants to go somewhere else. But as we speak today, the Knicks are the only team that Giannis wants to go to. And he's not going to a team he does not want to go to, which is why this is a legit thing right here that we need to go live, an emergency stream here on Knicks Media. And I think that Giannis wanted to come to the New York Knicks. Oh, baby. Buckle up, folks. So this is the breaking news that we just saw from Shams saying, just in, Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent have started conversations with the Bucks about the two-time NBA MVP's future and discussing whether his best fit is staying or elsewhere, sources tell ESPN. A resolution is expected in the coming weeks. And then he went on NBA Today on ESPN, Shams, just a few moments ago, and said the New York Knicks are expected to be the team to be re-engaging in conversations with the Milwaukee Bucks. And Giannis has made it clear, if he wants to go anywhere, it's to the New York Knicks. And we all saw our Knicks go out there against Boston last night and lose in a disappointing way. Karl-Anthony Towns frustrating a lot of people. This trade package would be absolutely monstrous. And I'm seeing a lot of Bucks fans saying, yeah, well, you're not getting Giannis without giving us Jalen Brunson. No, we're not getting rid of Jalen Brunson. It's going to be a cat trade with maybe one of OG and Bridges and a lot of draft picks and pick swaps. It's going to be a monster trade if it happens, of course. But if the Knicks land Giannis, bro, this is where the Knicks can absolutely level up their ability to go out there and win an NBA title. Now, of course, I'm not running no victory laps. I'm not celebrating Giannis coming to the Knicks just yet. But at the end of the day, only a Knicks fan can dream. I mean, look at these graphics that's going all over the place, man. People are already making graphics of the Knicks winning a championship with Giannis. It's pretty crazy stuff right here. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself as a Knicks fan because nothing is official yet. But right when I heard that the New York Knicks and the Milwaukee Bucks were the two teams that were engaging in a conversation in August and it fell through, and that Giannis wanted to go to the Knicks before the season started, I said to myself, I'm like, bro, it's going to happen, man. It may happen. And Knicks fans, let's just appreciate this for a second. When is the last time we had stars wanting to come to the Knicks? When was the last time, man? I mean, I don't think ever, man. If you can go back 15 years ago, remember the whole LeBron James situation. Whether you wanted him or not, there was a whole decision that some Knicks fans are holding out hope. LeBron's going to come to the Knicks. No, he goes to the Miami Heat. And then a few years ago, it's KD and Kyrie. Oh, they're going to land two super. Nope, they go to Brooklyn. Honestly, a blessing in disguise for the Knicks because that's led us to where we are today. And now we have an NBA champion, a two-time MVP, Giannis, in the prime of his career, potentially wanting out of the team that was drafted him and he won a championship with. And out of any team, he could have picked anybody. He wants the Knicks. He wants the Knicks. And if Giannis wants the Knicks, Leon Rose better do everything he possibly can to get this superstar on this Knicks squad, man. I don't care who it is. I don't care, man. I don't care. Blow it up. Anybody but Brunson at this point. I love OG. I love Bridges, who's surging right now. I love Josh Hart. I love this team. But if you can pair up Jalen Brunson with Giannis Antetokounmpo, all bets are off. Because then this is where a championship team is born. Because I think we can all agree, Karl-Anthony Towns, he's a great basketball player. But does he have that championship energy? Do people really look at Cat as a guy that can step up his game and be a real championship threat? Does he put fear in opponents? No. Giannis does. And I don't want to make this about, slandering Cat or anything right now, but it's like insane when you look across social media. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Someone in the chat says, do we sacrifice the chemistry? My boy Jeff's in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Yes. You sacrifice the chemistry for Giannis. Like, this is not any ordinary player. It's not often that a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo will ever be available. You know how? And he picked the Knicks, folks. I think Knicks fans need to wake up here. The thing about this situation is extremely unique. The fact that there's a superstar who has won an NBA championship the way that is the most respectful way. I love Giannis, man. When he won the when he won the chip with the Bucks, I gained so much respect for that guy. So much. He did not go to a super team. He did it the organic way, stayed with the Bucks, stayed loyal, and he won that championship the hard way. Now that he's done that, now he wants to go to another team, and he picked the Knicks, folks. That cannot be like, it's not like, oh, he has 5 teams. He picked the Heat, the Knicks, the Sixers, the Lakers, whatever, throwing random teams out there, the Rockets. No, it's not a list. It's the Knicks. That's it. End of list. You better go make this happen, bro. You better go make this happen, bro. Because it seems like it's inevitable, bro. You look up Giannis on the internet, every single network, every single sports book, every single person is assuming he's going to the Knicks. And the Knicks better not fumble this opportunity. They better not fumble this opportunity, man. Now, the big question is, what the heck? What's the starting 5? What's the starting 5 with Giannis? What's the trade package going to be? Say they trade away Giannis and Bridges and Deuce and a bunch of picks, and they get back Giannis and maybe someone else from the Bucks. I don't know. There's a lot of hypothetical ways you can do this. There really is. So make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button on your way into this show, as we are live here on Knicks Media, breaking you guys the news that Giannis Antetokounmpo is officially going to be traded from the Bucks before the deadline. It can happen as soon as this month in December, where all of a sudden, Merry Christmas, Giannis is a Knick. I don't know, man. And this is where, as Knicks fans, we have to slow ourselves down. At least I'm trying to, because this is where you don't really want to get ahead of yourself because nothing is official. Lissell comes in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you for the super chat. Sometimes doing too much can be a bad thing. You guys are doing right now, and you know it. It would take at least 3 of your biggest contributors. Why do that? Why do that, you ask? Because we're in the business of championships. Something the Knicks have not done since 1973. And if you asked every single Knicks fan right now, are we good? Yes. Are we great? Yes. Are we championship contenders? I think we can say that. But do we have what it takes to beat the Thunder? Do we have what it takes to beat the elite of the West? Do we have what it takes right now? Giannis will absolutely put this Knicks team over the top. That's why. And it's extremely rare. This could be the core. This is a championship duo. Brunson and Giannis is a championship duo. Do you think Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson is a championship duo? I don't know. I love this team. I love the dynamic of Brunson with OG and Bridges. I do. I love it. This is the best Knicks team I've seen in a long time as a fan. But you know how rare it is for a superstar like Giannis to want to leave and come to the Knicks? I mean, Cat is the easy one to trade because of the financial reasons. You have to trade him in order to even afford Giannis' contract. You do it 100%. Don't even think twice, Leon. And the crazy part about this trade things, folks, is this. There's already parameters of what the deal would look like. It's not like they're going to start from scratch. The Bucks called the Knicks in August. And the Knicks said, this is our offer. And the Bucks said that's not enough. So now the Knicks know what they want. And the Knicks are going to have to make a big decision. Do we blow everything up right now? Because I'm telling you right now, man, Leon Rose has done a tremendous job as the Knicks president to get them to where they're at right now. But if he really wants to bring a championship home to New York City, this is a move. This is the move to do. Because Giannis is an infectious superstar that brings so much with him. He's a born winner, bro. He elevates everybody around him. He's a playmaker. He's a 3-level scorer. He's an elite defender. I mean, I don't have to sell you guys on how great of a basketball player Giannis is. He's one of the all-time greats of our generation. And there's a chance that he can come to the Knicks? Give me a break. You shouldn't even think twice, bro. This shouldn't even have a debate. Anybody but Brunson. That's how I look at it, bro. And it's no disrespect to anybody on the Knicks. It's no disrespect to all the players on this Knicks squad that they're going to potentially be traded away. Now, the big question is, what do the Bucks want? That's a great question. They could be asking for the moon and stars. And the Knicks don't really have a lot of draft capital anymore. We traded all of our picks to the Brooklyn Nets for Mikal, but they still have some picks. They can do pick swaps and really sacrifice the future, because I am totally fine on never drafting anybody in the NBA draft again if that means we have Jalen Brunson and Giannis and the core we have now for the next 3 years. Trade away Cat. You can throw in some of the young guys, one of Kolek or Daddy A. I mean, I don't know. Who has value? I would prefer to keep Deuce McBride. I really would. But honestly, if the Knicks can pull this off, and I honestly think OG or Bridges, it's one of those two guys. That's a big decision. Is it OG or Bridges? Because I don't think it's both. I don't think, like, one of them has to get included. Maybe there's a world where Leon doesn't even trade them. Maybe it's Josh Hart. I'm open for business. Maybe it's Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. I got trust in Leon. I really do. Lissell with another $5. Thank you, brother. I get that, but I feel like if you see them trade both Cat, OG, and Mitchell Robinson, it'll be like, what are you doing, Knicks? Well, that's your perspective as a Brooklyn Nets fan. No offense, because if the Knicks trade for Giannis, dude, I'd give up Cat and OG and Mitch. That may be a lot. And by the way, it's not going to take that much. That's a little unrealistic. It's not going to be Cat, OG, and Mitch because the Bucks can't afford that financially. So that's just not what it's going to be. But Cat, OG, and picks, dude, I don't think this guy Lissell understands who Giannis is. And this is the big thing of everything. The Knicks are not trading for Giannis for him to be the guy. We already have a guy. And that's Jalen Brunson. That's the big thing here. It's not like the Knicks don't have a star. If we had nobody on the squad and we're looking for Giannis to come and save us, that's not the energy anymore. That's why Giannis wants to come to the Knicks. It's because he's not coming to the Knicks to save us. We've already been saved. And his name is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson saved this Knicks team from being a miserable organization of never making the playoffs every single year. That's over with. Now we're a consistent winner. Now we go to the postseason and we actually perform in the playoffs. Giannis is coming here, potentially, to level them up to championship heights. That's why he wants to come to the Knicks. Not because, I think that's a big reason. He wants to be teammates with Jalen Brunson. They would fit perfectly together. Oh my goodness. Dude, JB and Giannis is an absolute match made in heaven, folks. We got some breaking New York Knicks news. If you guys are just tuning into the show for the first time, breaking New York Knicks news. We have Giannis Antetokounmpo potentially getting moved, and the New York Knicks are the team that are reportedly on the list of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay? This is crazy stuff. This is absolutely wild stuff. Let's take a deeper dive into the article. on ESPN together. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. I miss being live with you guys. Sham's article is already out. Giannis and his agent, let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, man, this is getting me a little fired up, Chad. I ain't gonna lie. Giannis and his agent are having conversations with the Bucks about the two-time NBA MVP's future and discussing whether his best fit is staying or moving somewhere else. A resolution of these talks is expected in the coming weeks, sources said, which will result in shaping whether Antetokounmpo is available ahead of the February 5th deadline. Antetokounmpo came into the season being bought into the championship roster vision of GM. Before the season started, sources said Antetokounmpo would examine the Bucks' first 25 or so games this season and make his decision on his long-term future, depending whether or not team shows signs of competing in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks are 9-13, having lost 8 of the last 9 games, and are 11th in the Eastern Conference. Several sources have characterized the losing as frustrating for Antetokounmpo and the team's front office, coaches, and the rest of the players. But one source with direct knowledge of the situation described it as the writing is on the wall on the inevitable outcome for Antetokounmpo unless there is a dramatic turn of events in the Bucks' season. This is where it gets juicy, folks. Over the offseason, Antetokounmpo explored external options and was open to playing for one team outside of Milwaukee, the New York Knicks, as a potential trade home. Sources described it as an exclusive negotiating window for the Knicks over a multi-week period in August. But that will not be the case moving forward. Multiple other teams would be expected to emerge as suitors for the 9-time All-Star if trades are explored. On October 1st, Antetokounmpo will be eligible. Oh, this is next year. October 1st, 2026. He'll be eligible for a 4-year, $275 million max extension through the 2023-31 season. Wow. So it goes deeper into it. So now there's going to be more teams that emerge. So the Knicks better not let this go. Lissell, another super chat. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it. I understand Giannis is one of my favorite players, but we have seen these type of trades not work out. Where have we seen it not work out? This is a unique trade. I don't think we've ever seen a trade like this. Where have we seen a trade like this? Somebody give me an example. Say Giannis gets traded to the Knicks. Where is there an example of that in the NBA history? There probably is. I'm just trying to think where there's a team that was one win from the NBA Finals or a few wins away in the Eastern Conference Finals. You guys know what I'm saying. And they already have their star, and there's a superstar who won a championship, wants to leave to come help that team win a champ. I don't think this has happened before. The Brooklyn Nets big three, I don't even consider that, bro. That's completely different. Completely different, in my opinion, because the Brooklyn Nets were nothing before they got there. They're the ones that made the Brooklyn Nets good. The Knicks are good without Giannis. That's the difference, in my opinion. This isn't like the Knicks are bad and we're struggling and we need a superstar to save us. We are already good. We're already one of the best teams in the NBA. And Giannis would level it up. That's the difference. I don't see the Brooklyn Nets as a comparison. We can disagree, but I don't think the Nets getting KD and Kyrie and then trading for James Harden really is a connection with this, in my opinion, because the Knicks already got their face, and that's JB. So this is where you have to go all in if you're the Knicks, bro. All in, bro. Also wasn't thinking financially when given the example. Yeah, you got to think financially. And by the way, this guy Lissell, he is a Nets fan. He just can't fathom the idea of the Knicks just being a dynasty, baby. Guys, hit that thumbs up button if you're just tuning into the show. We're live here on Knicks Media to talk about the news of Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo potentially getting moved in the coming, ahead of the deadline. Who knows when, but it may happen, folks. You guys make sure to hit those buttons right now because according to all the things we're seeing, buckle up. He could be headed somewhere else. Let's hear from Shams and what he had to say earlier today on NBA Today. Let's take a listen.
Look, essentially, there were failed trade talks in August. There was a multi-week exclusive negotiating window for the New York Knicks, as it was described to me, on a potential Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. They were aware, the Bucks were aware, the parties that needed to know were aware that Giannis Antetokounmpo, if there was a team outside of Milwaukee, he wanted to play for the Knicks. No deal happened. And John Horst, the Bucks general manager, who has creatively made time and time again, Drew Holiday in 2020, Damian Lillard in 2023, then the Miles Turner acquisition, he has creatively found ways to maneuver and make this team better. He had done it again. And Doc Rivers, they had sold Giannis Antetokounmpo and ownership on a championship contending team. And the result, this is a results-based business, a results-based situation. Giannis Antetokounmpo has made it clear he wants winning. And so the results have spoken for themselves. And if they keep trending this way, this is just the start for even more hard conversations to come. And also, like I keep saying, the inevitable writing on the wall, as one source told me today.
The inevitable writing is on the wall, and the Knicks better be the team to land him, folks. We have some breaking news. If you're just tuning in to Knicks Media, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because I got you covered all season long about these New York Knicks, because you thought this season was going to be fun. I don't think we saw this one coming. I mean, when we first saw the news break a few months ago about the news of Giannis wanting to be a Knick and the Knicks and the Bucks talking about a trade in August, like, the Knicks have the leg over every single team in the NBA. Of course, it's going to be an arms race. Of course, there's going to be new teams emerge as the team that was going to want to trade for Giannis. But the Knicks have the upper hand over everybody else, man, right now. And that's Giannis wanting the Knicks. That's everything, bro. Even if there's a team that can offer more for Giannis, the Knicks have the upper hand, because the Bucks are not trading Giannis to a destination that he does not want to go to. It's just not happening. It's not happening, man. This would change everything, bro. Oh, my goodness. Giannis, JB, and Cat. That's not happening. Cat is going to get traded. The Knicks did not extend Karl Anthony Towns. This is incredible, bro. Dude, the heartstrings are being pulled. This is incredible. Guys, let me know in the chat, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? Let me know your overall thoughts. We have some breaking Knicks news that is absolutely off the charts, which is Giannis is on the go, and the Knicks continue to be the front runners to land him, bro. This is heating up, man. It is absolutely heating up, and I feel like it's happening. I don't know what the odds are, but I'm sure the Knicks are the favorites. I am sure the Knicks are the favorites. I mean, even Adam Schefter tweeted this. Knicks emerged as the only team that Giannis expressed an interest in over the summer. This is something we already knew, but it's just crazy. Like, the Knicks name is attached to Giannis, bro. The Knicks name is attached to Giannis. They better not fumble this. Chat, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because there's New York Knicks breaking NBA news. There's no official word that the Knicks got him or anything like that. But if you're reading between the leaves, bro, I don't know. I would be shocked if he goes anywhere but the Knicks. I will be shocked if he goes anywhere but the Knicks right here, because it feels like the writing is on the wall. Like, I had ESPN on I was watching ESPN, and then all of a sudden you see this breaking news come, and all of a sudden you hear the Knicks and Giannis's name. It's like, whoa. This is crazy stuff. We need OG, man. Don't trade OG. I need OG on the team. I love OG too, brother. Don't you worry. But, hey, maybe it's Bridges that goes instead, even though I love Bridges. I love everybody on this squad. Question, Richie, what do you think a Giannis trade would look like? Cat, OG, and picks maybe. And what picks do we have to offer? I mean, the Knicks have pick swaps that they'll offer on top of the picks they have. They have a lot of second-round picks that they will include. And basically, go look at the Knicks' first-round picks in the next 10 years. A lot of them is controlled by other teams, but the ones that are not, they're going to send. Because the Knicks are not really in a business right now for the draft. They want to win a championship this season or next season. Like, they're in a championship window right now. And it's hard to even fathom that as a Knicks fan, but it's just the reality. Like, we have to accept the fact that we are good as a Knicks organization. We're not a laughingstock anymore. We know what we're doing. And we are a playoff team. were consistently in the playoffs, winning playoff series. The last time the Knicks were bounced in the first round was their first time making the playoffs in years against the Atlanta Hawks. So they have playoff success, but they're not satisfied. The Knicks are not satisfied. And Leon Rose has a chance to take a huge swing at legitimately making this New York Knicks team a championship threat. And you know what it would mean for Giannis' legacy if he came to the Knicks and won a championship here? He would be looked at as one of the all-time greats. Not the all-time great, not the GOAT, of course. No one's surpassing the top dogs. But in terms of legacy, in terms of bringing a champ, oh my goodness. Obviously, he has to come here and execute and bring it home. But oh my goodness. The level of basketball Jalen Brunson is playing, I know he has an off game in the last two, but I'm not worried. Neither should you. But man, come on, chat. Hype me up. Hit that like button if you did not already. This is going to be crazy stuff. This is really good. When we good, we really good. The bad stuff we can fix. Giannis is a ball stopper. Oh, yeah, baby. If he will not go to New York, hope he will go to the West. I hope he does not go anywhere but the Knicks. It's the season or we're screwed with the second apron. I say do it. Only way OKC is losing. Like, this is how, like, teams are now being built to beat the Thunder. And this is how you can beat the Thunder. Giannis. Like, Giannis won a chip with, I don't want to undermine, like, he had a squad around him. Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, and Drew Holiday. Like, that was a really good championship team. But he comes to the Knicks, it's a 1A, a 1B with him and JB. I mean, he's immediately the best player on the team, but Jalen Brunson as your number 2, all of a sudden, unbelievable. Just got home from work and clicked so fast, Richie. Let's freaking go Knicks life. Man, I hope so. Nothing to celebrate yet. But we can only hope, bro, because this would be the biggest thing to happen for the New York Knicks in our history. For sure, if this happens. And I don't even know how to put into words. When I see the news, notice how I'm saying when, not if, of this breaking and the Knicks landing Giannis, I don't know how I'm going to deal it. I don't know. I'm Giannis is one of my favorite players, bro. Like, when he won that championship, I got so much respect. I also love his personality. I love everything about the guy. I really do. I find him hilarious as a dude. I think he's perfect for New York City. This city would embrace him, bro. He's a monster, bro. He would. Okay. See, this is the scary part about this. Let's stop pretending. And I'm talking to myself. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Knicks fans, let's please stop talking like he's a Knick, because he's not a Knick yet. Or we don't know if he will be. There's no guarantee. But it's hard not to think like this. It really is. It's hard. I mean, you look at all the breadcrumbs and it leads to him coming to the Knicks, but at the same time, it hasn't happened yet. So I don't want to keep like talking like it's a thing yet. But it's hard not to think like that, bro. What's the package, though? That's the big question. I mean, it's hard to predict the exact package. It really is. It's hard. But it could be Cat, OG, and Deuce and picks, or Cat, Bridges, and Hart, or Cat, OG, and more. I don't know. The Bucks are probably have to include someone else coming, but man, you guys, let's see what the chat has to say. Chat, give me your most realistic trade packages for Giannis Antetokounmpo right now. Give me your biggest trade packages right now in the chat. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And let's come back to this moment in history and see who was right. But folks, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, we had some breaking news come across the NBA world. Shams said that Giannis and his agent are talking to the Bucks about a potential trade, and the Knicks are the team that was talking to them in August. So all energy is moving to the New York Knicks for this. But of course, Nothing is guaranteed. If you guys could do me a solid favor, if you're new to the show, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Come over to Knicks Media family. Hit that like button as well to propel this show over to the YouTube algorithm so we get more people in the house to talk about this breaking news. Because I think that, I don't know, let me know if you guys agree with this, but when I saw the initial report about the Knicks and the Bucks having conversations back in August and it fell through, I was like, yeah, it fell through, but that's going to be something to watch. That's going to be something to watch. That's not I know it fell through in August, but in my head, at least, I'm like, I've learned a lot about you, Leon Rose. I know you don't talk to the media. I know we have no idea what your voice even sounds like. Leon Rose is like a ghost, bro. He like sits in his office, wherever the heck his office is for the New York Knicks, and he is just a incognito assassin. Just does not talk to the media. We don't know anything about this guy, but he moves in silence. And he is never satisfied. Raise your hand right now if you saw the Knicks traded for Karl Anthony Towns before the season last year. No one's hands are raised. No one saw that trade coming. Nobody. We saw the Mikal Bridges trade coming. You can argue we saw the OG Anunoby trade coming. We saw the Josh Hart trade. No one saw the Cat trade. The timing of it. There was rumblings about the Knicks interested in Karl Anthony Towns. But the timing of it was wild right before the season started. So when the Knicks traded for Cat and trading away Dante and Randall like that, that's when I'm like, dude, this guy Leon Rose, I also think Leon Rose has an addiction. He's addicted to big trades. And you're telling me that a guy like Giannis expressing interest in the Knicks is not going to fuel that addiction of Leon Rose? Come on, man. This is crazy. There's no doubt that Leon Rose is going to do everything he possibly can. He's going to overpay. Leon Rose shipped it 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. No disrespect to Mikal Bridges, but that's a lot of picks. If you want somebody, he going to go get him. Leon Rose is overrated AF? What is this moron saying? Leon Rose is overrated. The man that came here and brought the New York Knicks to playoff contention on a year in and year out basis. Do you know who the New York Knicks were before Leon Rose came here? Do you know what the Knicks were under Phil Jackson and those bums? Steve Mills? Are you kidding me? This guy doesn't know this guy doesn't know ball. It's either he doesn't know ball or he's a hater. That's the simple thing, man. Fire Leon Rose, this guy is saying. The man who came to this Knicks organization and actually made him a respectable team through the trade market, bringing in Jalen Brunson, bringing in all the guys, trading for OG, oh my goodness. You talk about the team that Leon Rose inherited compared to the team that is now at the top of the East, that went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Wild takes in the chat I'm seeing about Leon Rose, man. Because if you're a Knicks fan and you're saying Leon Rose is a bum, you're not appreciating what he's done, bro. I think you need to take a big step back and look at the history of the Knicks in the last 15, 20 years. What were the Knicks before Leon Rose came here? What were the Knicks before Leon Rose came here? A laughingstock. Everybody, LOL Knicks. I mean, the jokes write themselves. And then Leon came here, and he hired Tom Thibodeau. They go to the playoffs. They missed the playoffs, and then they've been into the playoffs how many years in a row? They were this close to the NBA Finals last year. Come on, bro. Miss me with that. I'm not taking no Leon Rose slander, bro. I have all my trust. I have all my trust and belief in Leon, and I think he's earned that right, bro. That's at least my perspective of it. I think that Leon Rose has shown me enough that I believe in his moves, because let's also not forget the initial moves he's made when Leon Rose did everything he possibly could to go get Jalen Brunson. Even Knicks fans were questioning it. What is Leon doing? What does he see in Jalen Brunson? When the Knicks officially signed Jalen Brunson in that free agency, even Knicks fans, we did not think Jalen Brunson was going to be the level of basketball player he is today, did we? No. So miss me with it. I ain't going into that. You ain't selling me on that. So I think that he's done a job, bro. He's doing a job. This guy's doubling down. This dude's I'm paid by CAA. You guys got me. He got me. CAA is funding Knicks media. Sure. I wish. Leon, screw this franchise and the previous coach with no bench depth and piece that don't fit, and then ask the other teams for handout. I think this is Tom Thibodeau's burner account. That's what this is. That's what it is. This is Tom Thibodeau's burner. I figured it out. This is Tom Thibodeau's burner account. How true is this, Richie? So basically, everything is true that we're talking about. But what we don't know is that he's officially coming to the Knicks or not. In August, there's a report that is official that the Knicks and the Bucks had conversations about a trade. Fell through. Now, the report is, as you can see on your screen, Giannis and his agent have started conversations with the Bucks about the two-time MVP's future. So, this is as real as it's getting, folks. This is as real as it's getting. This is crazy stuff. So, folks, smash that like button on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe here as we have breaking news. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Love to hear what you guys have to say. As always, I think that this trade would be absolutely monstrous, man. And any other breaking news that comes out, I'll be first to get you guys. Let's go. Come on, man. Let me know. My boy, doubling down. Richie, I F with you, but Leon is a problem. You'll see we have nothing but salary cap problems. No asset, soft player, soft coach. Well, all respect to you, DJ. And everything I say, don't take personal. This is healthy sports banter. You're my guy as well. I appreciate you, brother. But we'll see, man. I'm just like appreciating what Leon Rose has done because I'm just a Knicks fan that remember the days of being excited about Frank Ntilikina. I'm sick of hyping up Kevin Knox. I mean, you name it. And the Knicks, why do the Knicks not have assets? Let me quiz the chat. So my man said the Knicks don't have any assets. Why don't we have any assets? Because they use their assets to build a very good team that they have right now. That's how I look at it. And which is why they need to get Giannis. Because as good as this team is right now, and as much as I love it, I still don't think it's good enough to contend with teams like the Thunder. We're a top 10 team in the NBA. Arguably top 7. But are we good enough? Can we go toe-to-toe with the Thunder? Can we go toe-to-toe with the Juggernauts? I don't know. The East is wide open, but I'm not even worried about the East. I'm worried about going to the NBA Finals and losing. I want to go to the NBA Finals and winning. Hear me? That's how I look at it. Damn, hearing Frank's name gave me PTSD. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to do that. Come on. I didn't mean to do that. We all know us Knicks fans have a soft spot for Frank Ntilikina. That was the one guy that brought us together. We rallied around the French Prince for him to suck. Alonzo Trier. ISO Zoe was the guy that was going to save us. I can keep going. How many guys did the Knicks bring in? Michael Beasley is the next. I mean, come on. I'm sick of that era. That's the previous era of Knicks basketball that I am over with. Now it's a new era of the guys that get brought in here actually are winning. And you know what Leon Rose has done that I don't think people are appreciating enough? It's one word. Culture. There's a culture now with the Knicks. Whoever they bring in now embodies that culture and start playing winning basketball. And he deserves that credit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, bro. I mean, I wanted the Knicks to draft him. But we ended up getting him anyway, and we ruined his life. Us Knicks fans. Kristaps Porzingis. Come on, man. This is why we need it. This is why we need it, man. Ron Baker. Now we got some Knick lore. Everybody give me your favorite Knick lore. How about Cleanthony Early? I'll one-up you. I mean, there's so many Knicks in the last 15 years that we can all come back and talk about. My man says no assets because we burned them for Jalen's friends, a cat that never fit, and plays the wrong scheme. Julius out here going 25-7-5, Dante 14-4-4. But hey, we got Pacome, Daddy 8, and Kolick. Brother, so my only problem with what you're saying, my boy, is this. You're making it seem like the Knicks are not winning. You're making it seem like the Knicks are struggling. You're making it seem like, based off of your takes, is that the Knicks are a bad team. The Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. All right? The Knicks are the second seed in the East. Stop making it seem like we're a bad squad, because we're not. We're better with Cat than when we were with Randall and Dante. And that's a fact. So I don't know why you keep bringing that up. Alexi Sved. Lou Munson. My goodness. You guys are going deep into the lore. Keep it coming. I want to hear the most obscure names. Because there's a Lance Thomas. Tony Pablo Prigioni. Oh, I love Pablo, man. That was my guy. Iman Shumpert. Dog. It's not a bad team. It's not a championship team. Yeah, I mean, that's why I want Giannis, brother. $20 super chat. Bang. How about that? Thank you for the $20 super chat. Everybody give my man Matt some $20 dono hype in the chat. You guys can like his super chat, comment on the super chat. The W's. NBA trade site had a very interesting three-way trade with the Knicks, Bucks, and Suns. Knicks get Greek Freak. All right. Whoa. I got to really analyze this. This is a lot. This is a big trade right here. So the Knicks get Greek, D. Brooks, Allen, Cat, Kuzma, Pacome. Bucks get Green, OG, Williams, multiple first, multiple. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what I mean. There may and this is, I'm glad that you brought this up because I do think that a third team is going to be involved in a trade if this does go down. I think that's very possible for a third team to be involved. Maybe it's the Suns. Maybe it's another squad that we don't see right now. But in order for a monster trade like this to come down, I do think that a third team could help expedite this situation. So we'll see. Do you guys like this trade package? Do you guys think it is? What do you guys think of this trade package? Anything? Do you like it? Let me know in the chat of Matt Shaw's super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Goes a long way to support the channel here on Knicks Media. So cannot thank you enough, my friend, for being a proud dono of Knicks Media. Shout out to my guy. We have crazy Nick Lore right now in the chat. Willie Hernan Gomez. His footwork off the charts. Are you kidding me? I struggled with watching guys like Cole. Oh, my goodness. Langston Galloway. Galloway was low-key a dog, though. Don't see him, my boy. My boys in the chat, miss you, brother. If Jared Jeffries isn't your starting 2 to 5, you can't stay here. Jared Jeffries, man. There's so many, man. There's so many Knicks players that we remember that we overhype. Like, if there's one player that you were so obsessed with that was going to be a dog that didn't end up being that dog, who was it? Alonzo Trier comes to my mind right away. I mean, I was like the biggest RJ Barrett guy in the world when we first drafted him. I remember. This is recent stuff, of course. You can go deeper into it. Andrea Bargnani, I hated that trade immediately when we made it. As Bugs Bunny would say, the tables have turned. The tables have turned indeed, man. Thank you for the super chat, V-Man. Appreciate you, brother. $2 super chat, my guy. Thank you. Shane Larkin. That's a good one. That's a great one right there. How about Shane Larkin? Kyle O'Quinn. How about that? That was recent. Really thought Knox was going to be that dude. So did I, bro. I thought Kevin Knox was the next Kevin Durant after that summer league. Getting me? And the reason why I'm doing this, you see, like, this is a healthy practice for us Knicks fans. There's a reason why during this show of a potential trade for Giannis, I am doing this. I'm not doing this just for fun to kill time. I am doing this as an exercise to remind every single Knicks fan, because true Knicks fans are the ones that are naming all these players. Congratulations. If you're saying all these names in the chat, that means you've been through the suffering and you're still here today. I don't want Knicks fans to forget where we came from, bro. We're not a team that has been consistently good for decades on end. We've been good for 5 years. And I don't think it's been good enough for a championship. That's a fact. It hasn't been. Like, we finally got past that embarrassment feeling. Now it's time to level it up and go after a championship. This is a healthy thing we're doing right now. This is a healthy conversation. Because tell me now you don't appreciate what the Knicks are right now a little bit more. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And I think it's working. I think you guys are definitely buying in to what I'm talking about right now, which is what you love. Let's go. Let's hear what Brian Windenhurst had to say.
And this already happened. Shams reported this a couple of months ago. You can put out whatever verbiage you want around it about whether he requested it or asked for it or hinted at it, but he basically said, I want to be a Knick. Can you make me a Knick? And they had discussions for some period of days, and that those talks didn't progress, and so they dropped it, and he reported to camp and tried to focus on it.
Did you hear that? If a guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo is saying, I want to be a Knick, make me a Knick, you're telling me there's some Knicks fans like, nah, I'm good. It'd cost too much. What? You kidding me, bro? We have a guy that's a two-time MVP, NBA champion, that's in the prime of his career, begging to be traded to New York City. Nah, I'm good. What? We were hyping up Pablo Prigioni. We were hyping up. We were debating with the NBA world that Frank Ntilikina is going to be the next big thing. Jeremy Lin. How can we forget about Linsanity? Oh, my goodness. Let's not forget where we came from, folks. We have Giannis out there saying, I want to be a Knick. I want to go to New York City. Because he knows. He knows, man. I was at opening day this season, bro. I was there for opening night against the Cavs. And I remember watching that game and just watching them soar to a victory. And I'm like, damn, these Knicks are good, man. This whole season. Last night was a disappointing loss to the Celtics. And by the way, we're playing again tonight, aren't we? So you ask yourself as a Knicks fan, when you're watching these games, do you believe they're a championship threat? I think they have, like right now, say they did not trade for Giannis, they have what it takes to go to the NBA Finals. I really genuinely do. Especially when you add the context that they're only going to get better as the season progresses because they're only going to be bought into Mike Brown's system more and more. But I don't know. We'll see. Chris Copeland is a good one right there. That's what I'm talking about. Chris Copeland, the putback monster. Remember that putback he had once? I think that's Chris Copeland I'm thinking of. V-Man, to think years ago, NBA stars wouldn't touch the Knicks with a 10-foot pole. Now we sit here and watch as one of the premier NBA stars wants to be a Knick. Thank you, V-Man. It's exactly what I'm trying to do. This is why we're doing a practice right now. This is why I am making sure Knicks fans remember these players that we all overhyped. Because that's all we had back then, is hoping that one of our young studs can become a star. And they never did. They never did. They never did, man. I mean, like, we had the Carmelo Anthony days, and he was the star, and we didn't surround him with anything. We did, of course, but not enough. It's a different era. And I want Giannis, bro. And you should want him too. Come on, bro. Oh, Raymond Felton. Shout out. Elfrid Payton somehow was a starting point guard for the New York Knicks in the playoffs. I don't know what this trade package will look like, but it's definitely going to be blockbuster if it came to fruition. So we'll see. If you just Google Giannis-Knicks, it's just like, it's everywhere. It is everywhere, man. There's mutual interest, and this is something we're going to keep an eye on forever. Even Ben Stiller, let's go Knicks. Love it. Let's go. So here's Brian Windhorst on ESPN Cleveland earlier today as well.
The Bucks called the Knicks and asked for an offer for Giannis. Okay.
And?
Because Giannis said, I want to be a Knick. So people are like, oh my God, he deleted a photo from May where he had a Bucks logo.
Yeah.
Guys, he asked to be traded already.
Yeah. So when's it going to happen?
Well, that's the thing. So what appears is that Giannis committed himself for the season to the Bucks. That's what appeared happened. Everything he said in his mood. But the Bucks are not good. This year, when he hasn't played, they're 1-5. And when he has played, they're 9-8. So they've been 500 when he's played, and when he hasn't played, they've been getting raced. What you're asking me is his viewpoint? Would his viewpoint change? I don't know. Like I know that he asked for a trade, and then he said, "Okay, I'm going to be a Buck this year." I know that a lot of people in the league don't think he'll be a Buck next year.
I mean, come on, man. Writing is on the wall, and I love how the chat is still going. We have people going into deep Knicks lore, and I absolutely love it. Timothy Mozgov, Nerlens Noel, Wilson Chandler, Larry Hughes. I mean, come on, dude. Enes Kanter. He was a stud. Emmanuel Mudiay, Courtney Lee. See? We used to watch Courtney Lee be our starting shooting guard. Have that worky little push shot that would go in sometime. Most of the time. He's a good shooter. But, like, I think this is a healthy thing we're doing, man. Mario Hurt. Oh, my gosh. That block on LeBron. Eddie Curry. Baron Davis. Nate Robinson. So, now you guys get an idea why I did this, right? Now you get an idea of why we're doing this practice. This is a healthy conversation we're having, folks. Oh, yeah, it's healthy. This is what you love. Absolutely love. Want to let you guys know that we do have a proud sponsor here on the channel of Knicks Media, and that just so happens to be Sleeper. If you guys want to get a $100 deposit match up to $100, go over to the Sleeper app. You guys can simply click the link at the top of my description right now. I'll put it in the chat to make it a little bit easier for you guys. And you guys get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using my code KNICKS, all right? Now, the cool thing about what they're offering as well is $20 for free when you sign up. You guys can build an awesome player prop bet, win up to 100x your money. So big shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of Knicks Media as they continuously sponsor the show all throughout the season, man. So big ups to them, Sleeper, for being the proud sponsor of Knicks Media. You guys can build an amazing parlay for tonight's game against the Charlotte Hornets if you guys like. So go check them out. Big ups to them. Big ups to them, as always. Now, going deeper into the chat, we got another super chat from my boy V-Man. Fun fact, Carmelo Anthony had a custom basketball court built in San Juan neighborhood of La Perla, but you can't take a picture of it or you're dead. Wow. I think I knew that, but that's an interesting fun fact right there from my man V-Man. Shout out to you, V-Man, for the super chat. Everybody give V-Man some donut wipe in the chat right now. 3 super chats from my man V-Man. We appreciate the super chat and the fun facts from my main man. Theo Pinson, the hype machine off the bench. The hype machine. If you guys are just tuning in to the show for the first time today, we have some breaking news break, which is Giannis is potentially going to be moved, and the New York Knicks are the front runners right now to land him. Let's look at a hypothetical trade from the NBA trade report on X. Let's see what this one says. So this one, I think this is the same thing as the super chat, correct? Knicks get Antetokounmpo, Dylan Brooks, Grayson Allen. Bucks get Jalen Green, OG, Mark Williams, multiple firsts, multiple seconds. The Suns are the ones that get Cat, Kuzma, and Daddy. So, yeah, this is the one. This is where you got it from, I see. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this potential hypothetical trade? It's an interesting one. That means the Knicks are keeping Deuce. They're keeping Mikal Bridges. They're keeping Hart. They're keeping Mitch. And the two big pieces we're giving up on is Cat and OG. And we're getting back Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen. I would do this. I don't want to give up on OG and Anunoby. I think OG and Giannis would be ridiculous together. But Giannis is worth that. Giannis is worth that. For sure. And Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen are one of the two most hated players in the NBA. But let's get a squad of villains. How about that? We want to become the villains, and I think we would officially become the villains if we got Brooks and Allen. Now, this is just a hypothetical trade. Of course, this is not any. There's no actual evidence behind this, but interesting stuff. Here's another potential trade. The Knicks' maximum offer for Giannis probably looks like something like as follows. Cat Bridges, the Knicks first and 26, first pick swaps in 30 and 32, and then 7 seconds for Giannis and Kyle Kuzma, which would basically be a salary dump. But yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would do that. Super chat from a man, Rodrigo, coming on in. I want to celebrate a ring with my son. We are Knicks fans from Chile. Wow, look at that. If we got Giannis and JB ring for sure. I was about to ask, what type of currency is this? CLP 2500. This equates to $5 in American currency. And I appreciate the super chat from my man, Rodrigo from Chile. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. I hope the Knicks can get you a championship for you and your son, and for my sake and for all Knicks fans' sakes. We all want a championship. And for your sake, I hope it happens. Let's go. Come on, man. I have to make a poll because I'm seeing a lot of people saying they don't want Giannis. You don't want Giannis? What do you mean you don't want Giannis? So while I do that, I want to gift 5 people some memberships on behalf of Knicks Media. We got a nice show here. Hey, guess who gets the free membership? My man, DJ Dirty Cooch. How about that? Congratulations on getting a membership. Fakey Fake also gets one. Carl Knight, Tyler, and Nelson all gifted a free membership on behalf of your boy here at Knicks Media. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's make a poll right now. All right. Polls live. Do you want the Knicks to trade for Giannis? Simple question. And if you guys got the membership, you guys now have new access to emojis that you guys can spam in the chat. We got Brunson emojis, Josh Hart emojis, Mikal Bridges, cat emojis. So make sure you guys spam the emojis if you are a new member of the channel that you just got gifted. Make sure you guys use those emojis. You're welcome, Tyler. And also vote in the poll. We have 35 votes, 92% say yes so far. Things you love. Seems like the poll's doing well. Guys, can we get this to over 100 likes on this show? Right? We have 77 likes right now. I think we can get to 100 likes. So if you guys could do me your boy a solid favor, hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We got Knicks content coming all throughout the season consistently. So don't forget to hit the sub button so you can never miss a show or a video here on Knicks Media. If you guys are new, my name is Richie, and I'm excited to have you guys part of the Knicks Media faithful, folks. Knicks Media faithful. Can we get this to 100 likes? Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Ian Begley sent out a tweet. I did not. Let's see what Mr. Ian Begley has to say. Love Ian Begley. Great dude. Let's see. Is it good news or bad news? All right, here we go. I'm going to react to it together. Here's Ian Begley, Knicks insider. Nothing has changed on the Knicks and Giannis front. New York Knicks will be one of his desired landing spots if he and Milwaukee part ways. Logic tells you he'd need Milwaukee to work with him on trade in order to end up in New York. Could also use contract leverage to land in New York. Big hurdles to clear, in my opinion. Wow. So, nothing really has changed, it seems. This is a positive. That's a positive. If I ever saw one. I don't know, man. Knicks and Bucks talk Giannis trade this summer after stars singled out New York. The discussions were described as an exclusive negotiating window. So there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. All to have a top 3 player in the league. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about it. Let's do it. Yeah, so that's the latest report from Ian Begley that the Knicks are one of his desired landing spots. Now, we don't know if they're, like, he says one of. Who are the other landing spots? Who are the other teams? We don't know. I don't think that that's even been reported. There's no team out there that we've heard that he's interested in besides the Knicks yet. So until we hear that, the Knicks are definitely number one. That's no, you don't even need to worry about that because he told the Bucks, I want to be a Knick. The Bucks called the Knicks, said, hey, would you want Giannis? What would a trade package look like? So there's a big chance, bro, that this guy's coming to the Knicks. Big chance. If you guys are just tuning into the show for the first time, make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in as we are live here on Knicks Media, breaking you the latest news regarding the New York Knicks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you're just tuning in, basically what we've learned in the last hour or so is that the Knicks, the only team Giannis has expressed interest in, according to Shams, but Ian Begley is saying the Knicks would be one of his desired landing spots. So we don't know if there's another team or not. And according to him, logic tells you he need Milwaukee to work with him on a trade in order to end up with the Knicks, but he could also use contract leverage to land in New York. Like, if this is how I look at it, bro. If Giannis is gung-ho set on the Knicks, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Because Giannis owns that, or like the Milwaukee Bucks would be stupid to not listen to him. So, exactly. The Bucks have no leverage in this situation, bro. They really don't. They have no leverage in this whole situation, which is why I really do think that we're going to get Giannis. I hope. Nothing's official, but oh my goodness, it would change everything. We got to make a video about this, bro, because now it's like we're going to watch the Knicks game tonight and all these rumors, and we're like, wait a second, like, are the Knicks getting Giannis? Are the Knicks actually going after the Greek freak? Yeah, they are. You best believe that. We got 93 likes. We're 7 likes away from 100. Come on, folks. Smash it. We got breaking Knicks news. Giannis coming to the New York Knicks? We shall see. Now, of course, there's going to be teams out there expressing interest in Giannis. But if Giannis wants to be a Knick, that's all that matters. I don't care what team is interested. The entire NBA should be interested. But what matters the most is who's Giannis interested in. And it's the Knicks. It's us. It's our squad in New York, the biggest city in the world, the biggest market. He wants to go where the pressure's at its highest. And he knows if you can win in New York, you are stoned in as a legend forever. Giannis comes to the Knicks and wins a championship. His legacy is completely different because you're talking about someone that's lifted the Bucks to a championship and then the Knicks to win a championship. Dude, we're talking about like historical stuff. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but let me have some fun. Okay? And I said this earlier in the show. If you missed it, I'll say it again. I think a big reason why he wants to come to the Knicks is because the Knicks are not the Knicks we saw 7 years ago, where the Knicks are desperate for a star to come save them. We already had a star come here and save us, and it was Jalen Brunson. And the cool thing about that story is he wasn't even a star before he came to the Knicks. He came to the Knicks, became a star, lifted us up to a new level, and now that we have a star, we need another star. Now, Cat is a star, but he's not like an all-time guy. He's not a two-time MVP, NBA champion like Giannis is. So that's why you go all in for this guy. I mean, it's not even up for debate, bro. Like, if you're Leon Rose, we just hit 100 likes. Let's freaking go. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who just hit the like button for your boy. We got over 100 likes now. You guys are awesome, killing it. Because this is some real breaking stuff, man. This is some crazy news, man. Defensive player of the year as well. How can I forget? How can I forget? Justin comes in. Hey, Richie, this is coming from a Celtics fan who respects you. If you guys get Giannis, I don't see anyone beating you in the Eastern Conference. You got that right. Ain't nobody beating us with Giannis in the East or the West. You never know. But I don't know, man. It's so hard not to get ahead of yourself with this whole situation because you want everything to go your way, but you never know. So, folks, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, we got over 200 live right now, live on Knicks Media. Hit that like button on your way into the show. Subscribe to the channel because the New York Knicks are one of, right now, we think they're the only team that Giannis Antetokounmpo has expressed interest in. And according to all the reports, it looks like Giannis is on his way out of Milwaukee, and the Knicks are going to be the first team interested in getting him. So this is crazy stuff, folks. This is crazy stuff. This is why we're live on the channel right now. This is why we're doing a breaking emergency show, because this can move fast, bro. This can move a lot quicker than some people would assume. We can look up, and Giannis is a Knick next week. And the reason why I say that is because they already started negotiations in August. They do. They already had negotiations. So it's not like they have to start somewhere. It's not like they have to start from scratch. They already had negotiations in August. So now they can get creative and figure out a way to get it done, especially if that's really where Giannis wants to go, folks. Especially if that's where Giannis wants to go. So buckle up, because this Knicks season just got a lot more interesting with the potential of this going down. Unbelievable stuff. I really am shocked about, I'm not really shocked, but the timing of this is very interesting. The timing of this is interesting. Because remember, Giannis flat out told the Bucks, I want to be a Knick, make me a Knick. He said that in August. And if you don't believe me, here's Brian Windhorst saying that himself, who is extremely, extremely plugged in.
And this already happened. Shams reported this a couple of months ago. You can put out whatever verbiage you want around it about whether he requested it or asked for it or hinted at it, but he basically said, I want to be a Knick. Can you make me a Knick? And they had discussions for some period of days, and that those talks didn't progress, and so they dropped it, and he reported to camp and tried to focus on it.
I want to be a Knick. Can you make me a Knick? I mean, come on, bro. What? Make it happen, Leon. 100%. There's no reason why Giannis is not a Knick by the new year of 2026. I want to be saying, Happy New Year's, Giannis is a Knick. Like, that's what I want to be saying. I want to say, Merry Christmas. Did you know that Giannis is a Knick? It's going to happen fast as we enter our holiday season. Can you imagine they trade him and then his Knicks debut is on Christmas Day? Bet you everyone's going to want to ask for Knicks tickets for Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Crazy stuff, man. We're entering the holiday season. Happy holidays to everybody that's coming up. Salute to everybody in the chat. This is just wild, man, because again, I'm trying to ground myself into the realization that he is not a Knick yet, but it's really hard not to feel that way. It's really hard, folks. This is a big test for me mentally. I'm thinking in my head, bro, of like visualizing Jalen Brunson doing a pick and roll with Giannis, but that hasn't happened. Like he's not a Knick yet, but it's hard. And now it's going to feel like a full-on fumble if he gets traded anywhere but the Knicks. Come on. Please stop with this hurt the team crap. Cat makes only $1 million less than Giannis. Cat, Kolik, Yabusele, Dadier is way more than enough. Bro, are there people out there saying that? I mean, technically, if you look at the chat right now, there's what? 10% saying no? 10% of you guys that's watching this says, no, you don't want to trade for Giannis. Please explain yourself. Is there a Knicks fan watching that's like, nah, I do not want to trade for Giannis? Please enlighten me on why you would not want to trade for Giannis. Because I would be shocked if you could prove, give me a reason where I'm like, yeah, you know what? You have a point, and it shouldn't because of that reason. I'm open for debate. I'm open for conversation. Because do you know how rare it is to have a two-time MVP and an NBA champion and a defensive player of the year in the prime of his career, a future Hall of Famer, saying, I want to be a Knick. Don't let me go through this whole thing all over again and remind you guys of who we are. Those people are scared because of the Melo trade. The difference between the Melo trade is simple. Yeah, we traded everything for Melo, and then we surrounded Melo with nothing. Jalen Brunson is not going anywhere. We're not trading away JB. Trading away the guys around JB, and now you have Jalen Brunson and Giannis. And say you trade Cat, OG, and say even Deuce, right? You still got Mikhail. You still got Josh Hart. You still got Mitchell Robinson. You still got Jordan Clarkson. You still got Landry Shamet, who will get healthy eventually. You still got, I mean, even if the package is like ridiculous, we still got squad with Giannis. Come on, bro. The guy saying, I want to be a Knick, you make him a Knick. This is not rocket science, chat. Come on, man. Don't even overcomplicate it. Don't you dare overcomplicate. Like, it's as simple as that. We've been dreaming for a moment where we can say, as Knicks fans, a star wants to come to the Knicks. And we finally, and for the people in the chat, that one guy, my boy DJ, saying that Leon Rose is trash and he's a bum. Let me remind you this. The reason why Giannis wants to become a Knick is because of Leon Rose, of what he's built. You kidding me? What Leon Rose has built is what Giannis wants. So you can call Leon a bum all you want, but he literally came to this Knicks organization and retooled it, reshaped it, and built it into what it is today. And now we have Giannis, a NBA champion, saying, oh, I want to go to the Knicks. I want to go to that team that has Leon Rose running things. But Leon's a bum. You got to be trolling, bro. At the end of the day, the more I even go deeper into your take, you're a troll. You're trolling me about Leon Rose. You're just pushing some buttons. Because Leon Rose, what he's done, bro, is absurd. Come on, man. Anybody but Brunson, Bridges, OG, Hart. Now, it's going to be one of Bridges and OG, if I had to guess. It's going to be one of Bridges or OG. Unfortunately, that's just my expectation. You feel me? Remember when we were trying to trade for Donovan Mitchell, what people were saying they don't want Giannis? I don't know. I don't get some people. But it's all right. Everyone has their own opinions. I think it would be OG and Mitch. Yeah, Mitch can be included. All these fake fans in here saying Leon is a bad GM, saying, bro, if you're saying Leon Rose is bad, come on. I'm praising Scott Perry Scott Perry signed Jalen Brunson. Scott Perry traded for OG Anunoby. Scott Perry traded for Mikal Bridges. Scott Perry did all those things. I mean, listen, Scott Perry, we're Wild West, if anything. Scott Perry? What does he get credit for? Drafting Frank Ntilikina? Come on, bro. OG trade is not good. Brunson would not be a Knick without Leon Rose, and that's a fact. And if you don't believe in that, what are we doing? Come on, folks. What are we doing? Scott Perry drafted Kevin Knox. Yeah, I mean, what this guy's, I'm done with that. OG is needed for that shooting and defense. Same with Bridges. Yeah, 100%. But let's not forget who Giannis is, my man. Let's not forget who Giannis is. Rebounding, defense, not a shooter, but can shoot if he needs to. It's all depend on who's included in the trade. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like this, bro. Trade everybody but Brunson. Not literally trade everybody, but I'm okay with shipping off whatever it takes to get this guy. And this is a good point. Would you rather trade Bridges or OG? Bridges, who plays every single game, or OG, who's injury prone? I would say OG is the better player, but availability is everything. You feel me? So, it's an interesting time in Knicks history. Richie, are you okay with shipping Hart or Bridges? For Giannis, yes. If we were talking about any other player that's not Giannis, I would be a little bit more careful about who to give up. But we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, bro. I don't think people are realizing who we're talking about. How old is he? I don't even know. Let me see. I have an idea, but I don't want to assume. I'm going to assume he's like 29, 30. But I want to get an exact age. 30 years old. But he's actually about to turn 31 in 3 days. That's that prime of his career. The lower, the 30s, the 31 to 35, that's like your last window to be elite. So this is where you go get him now. Come on, man. This is some wild stuff, chat. It really is. I'm firing it up. I'm smoking the good stuff, saying OG better than Mikal. All right, well, we don't got to pin our own players against each other. I'm not saying that OG is miles better than Mikal. That's not what I'm saying. You can argue Bridges is better. For sure. But from an availability standpoint, it's Bridges. But from a impact on winning, man, you can argue, man. I'm not like saying OG's better, like it's concrete. Nah. I think it could be debated for sure. Yeah, Brunson and Giannis together is much watched television, 100%. I can't imagine shipping off Hart, Bridges, or Brunson. Keep Deuce for some depth and Mitch too. When do you think the Knicks will do this trade? I think that this is a trade that will happen either at the end of the month or early January. So we'll see, folks. I do got to run. We've been live for over an hour, but I got to run, folks. Please do me a favor. Smash a like button if you did not already. Hit that subscribe button. We got some Knicks basketball tonight, so don't forget to check that out. And we're going to be making some content here all throughout the rest of the season. And I'll keep you guys informed about all the latest news and reports you need to know about the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade and all things around the New York Knicks, latest trends, recapping games, all the latest news that you need to know about your New York Knicks is right here on Knicks Media. So do me a favor before you leave, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Salute to the chat. When I saw this news, I was like, I'm going live on Knicks Media immediately. So you best believe more lives to come and more content to come here on Knicks Media. So again, hit those buttons. I appreciate everybody tuning into this show. It's awesome to have these conversations with you guys about this latest news. Really excited to see what comes from this. Let's go, Knicks. I love you guys so much. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Peace out, everybody. Let's go.